Hello everybody, my name is Richard Vigorelli and I'm your guide for everything Chinese medicine. And I set it all up so us Westerners can figure it out. And today we are talking about poo. Ew, I know. At least I'm not wearing a certain color shirt, so there's that. Alright, so how does Chinese medicine view poo? Well, in Western medicine, your poo means something. But the Chinese medicine is a little bit more concerned with things like consistency, smell, frequency of it. That all means something. So before we really get into the nitty-gritty, let's talk about what it should look like. Okay? Well, it should be roughly a log, brownish, bit of a smell to it, not enough to clear the room. And you should be doing this once, maybe twice a day. Okay? Perfectly normal. Everything's fine. All right? So, now let's look at it from another perspective of, well, something's wrong with you. All right? So, let's say that you're thinking a lot, doing a lot with your mind. Then you're going to get this thing called spleen dampness, and that's going to come out as what is called a loose stool. Now that does not mean that it just comes out of you easier. No, loose stool means it breaks up in water. Okay, it will kind of look like shredded wheat. I don't know if you've ever looked, but it does. That's a sign of spleen chi deficiency. Okay. If it comes out and it looks like you are turning into a deer or a rabbit, that is pellets. That means you are extremely stressed out. You might have some suppressed rage because that is liver qi stagnation with liver attacking either the spleen or the large intestine. Yes, that is a thing. All right. So let's say that it comes out and there's bits of food in it. Especially carrots. Seen that myself. So what that is a sign of is either spleen yang deficiency or internal cold, because you don't have enough energy to heat the fire to cook the food in your belly. Okay, that's basically what your stomach is. It's a big old thing that cooks your food and makes it into you. Okay, that way you can absorb it and turn it into okay. So, with that, let's look at a couple of other things. Now, let's say that it comes out and it's gray and it looks like chalk or like clay. That is serious. You need to go see an MD. Chances are you have a gallbladder obstruction, an actual gallbladder obstruction. Or your body is not recycling a chemical called bilirubin very effectively, and you need to do that. Also, you might be a bit jaundiced. Okay? Bad sign. In Chinese medicine, that is a hallmark of severe gallbladder deficiency to the point of possible failure, and while I could do something for you, maybe kind of, sort of, MD would probably be the better option. Okay? Now, let's say it comes out and everything's looking normal, except you can clear a room for a 5-mile radius. That's called damp heat. If you're like super gassy and then when it comes out, you're lighting a bunch of matches and candles just to kind of halfway cover the smell, and you got the fan on and that almost makes it work but not quite, and you probably should buy stock in Febreze. You have damp heat. Stop eating spicy food, stop eating fried food, stop drinking so much. You have enough, you're good. Okay? Because those cause damp heat. Okay? Right. Let's say that it is extremely difficult to pass, and then when it comes out, it's green. Not a horse. You're right, you're not. At least I hope not. call you Bojack, but anyway. When that happens, that is usually a sign of a severe prolonged fever. We call that a Yang-Ming food disease. We have 5 different herbal formulas that will actually change that. Also, incidentally, you're probably going to be sweating a lot. You're going to have one hell of a headache. You're not going to be able to sleep. And you feel hot to yourself. You're probably running anywhere from 104 to 105 degree temp. And we need to get that taken care of immediately. Okay? We have 5 formulas for that, depending on secondary things. Okay? So, with some other stuff here, let's say that conversely, you don't have any smell whatsoever. What, you think your shit don't stink? Well, actually mine doesn't. Well, that's because you have internal cold. Okay? There's no heat to actually warm things. I'm willing to bet that there is also a lot of undigested food in your belly, in the poo, and also probably some unbroken down pills that you're taking, as your stomach's too cold. It can't digest anything. Okay? That's my expectation, especially if there's no scent to it. There should be a slight stink. It shouldn't be enough to be revolting, as I said before. Okay? So, I believe that's about it with that. Okay? Now, some medications that you take will modify the way poop looks. There's also some foods that'll do it. Like if you eat a lot of beets, you'll have this really weird fluid come out with it. It's not blood, it's beet juice. Your body didn't digest because beets are pretty damn cold. Okay? If it comes out and it's a rainbow of colors, chances are that's some kind of drugs you're taking for something. And I'm willing to bet that whoever gave you those will let you know that, by the way, this is going to change the color of your poo. Don't be alarmed, you're fine. Okay? That's about it. So, if you're new to the channel, especially after that one, if you want, please feel free to hit that big red subscribe button down below and maybe ring the bell too. If you'd like, leave a comment, leave a like, helps me out a lot. Also, if you want to get in touch with me, feel free to visit my website at vigintmed.com. That stands for Vigorelli, integratedmedicine.com. You can shoot me an email, and I do respond to those. So, I'll see you later, guys, with something that's not so icky. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.